Notes. All right, let's do this. Episode 9, the Waft. Number one note that I have in here that I just added. Guys, I almost shit my pants while moving this bike over to start this podcast. Breaking news for Emily as well.
What?
As she's well aware, I just had to go take a meeting, and she's like, I thought you were taking a pee. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, now we're starting. So as you're aware, if you can't tell, we filmed this at Cycle Bar, and I was scooting the bike over, like so, just kind of dragging it, and then as I was dragging my little fart going, I got real nervous. Morning coffee kicked in. False alarm. Didn't happen.
Oh, man.
Still have not pooped my pants in my 30s. In my 30s. Moving right along.
Oh, man.
Hot
Just when I said, you look so hot today, babe, you follow it up with that, and your hotness just went right out the window. There we go.
It's a great segue into our topic that we're going to cover later on about BJ's. I don't think anyone wants to go down there or on anybody
I definitely don't.
with that stuff going on.
No, when Dwight talks like that, there's a reason he doesn't have BJ's in his life.
That's what dirty talk was, but we'll start.
No.
Pause. Pamela.
There's 3 people.
Cindy.
And Kenji.
And Kenji.
Cannot watch this episode.
You cannot continue from this point on. And
Yeah.
Pam, don't get a big ass head that we talked about you like 3 minutes in. We get it. We talked about
She
you a lot.
texted me last week. She's like, man, you didn't even make it 3 minutes in without talking about me. I was like, Pam, the world is nothing without you.
Maybe you want to be the sponsor for Epi 10 because we got a sponsor today, $5, but heading into next week, Epi 10.
Epi 10.
Possibly a disease.
I mean, I would want to be the sponsor of Epi 10.
Yeah.
I would want to be like, the Waft, I sponsored Epi 10.
That's going to go down in the history books as a trivia question someday. So if you want to sponsor Epi 10, $6. The fact that I have to go to 2 hands right now is amazing.
Yeah.
$6, and we've decided we're going to 13 episodes. So there's only like 4 left after this one, guys. So $6, Epi 10. Who's it gonna be? Because last week, 2 weeks ago, $5 sponsor, my brother, I believe he said we have to refer to him as Weekday Wade Coulter. He is the head girls basketball coach at Lincoln Lutheran, and whatever press association voted him the girls basketball coach of the year last year in the state of Nebraska. So good job.
Yeah.
Good job, brother. But he didn't want to plug anything. He just said, after listening to a few weeks ago, that I can no longer talk about my 3 a.m. boners. He said his $5 goes towards me never referencing my 3 a.m. boners ever again.
Fair.
Which is fair. But he is very specific.
Yeah.
He said I can't talk about 3 a.m. boners. We can, however, talk about midnight boners.
Yeah.
And not talking about it's spawned from me waking up with midnight boners, I guess, because you were very questioning of them.
Yeah, I was like, how? Like, you get a boner in the middle of the night? That sounds awful. What happens? Do you just like wait and it goes away? Anyway, then we were like, that would be a great band name, the Midnight Boners.
With a Z. Boners with a Z.
Boners with a Z. So then we decided that if we ever fail at Cycle Bar, we're going to start a band called the Midnight Boners. And we had a whole list of songs, and they were fucking amazing.
And inappropriate.
All around Midnight Boners, and we lost them.
The only one, their number one hit single, Bazooka Juice. It's the only one I remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'll let you use your imagination to figure out what Midnight Boners and Bazooka Juice is.
So, yeah, when we start making merch, we'll make Midnight Boners.
So that's another note I have here. The Waft, Season 2, almost at Epi 10, and we don't have any merchandise. So now is the time. I thought it was going to be the Waft scented candles from Season 1. Just, it fizzled out. I changed my mind. And whatever, that's okay. You can change your mind because it happens. It's like throwing stuff at the wall.
I actually had an idea last night of what I want to create, merch I want to create, and it had nothing to do with the Waft, it just has to do with my personal brand, is I stumbled across these little stickers that you can get made of your pet's face, and so I want to get little Macklemore stickers, and people can just, who wouldn't want Macklemore's face stuck on their phone or in their car or wherever?
I just imagine you going around like
what, a little Macklemore sticker?
Just putting on someone's nose.
I think it's a brilliant idea because Macklemore is like our mascot.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't want Macklemore stickers, what one piece of Waft merchandise should we create? Trucker hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, condoms.
Honestly, we probably should make condoms.
That just came to me.
Yeah.
And I think we're onto
the
something.
Waft condoms.
Or at least the Midnight Bonerz condoms.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I think that someone out there would make a dope logo that like Midnight Bonerz, like with the Z. It'd be a great t-shirt. And it's a great band name.
Great band name.
Great band name. Oh. Now that we got all that out of the way. Oh shit.
We gotta do fuck stick,
I was
babe.
just gonna say, let me make sure this is actually recording. Okay, it is, thank God. Always worries me that we're gonna produce an episode here and then it's not gonna go. Speaking of producing, we're still looking for some crazy little intern that wants to post-produce this and really help us out. I'm telling you, you're not gonna make any money, but you're gonna go to the moon when we take off here. Think about it.
Yep.
Fuck stick of the week. We need to do a recap. Again, post-produce, somebody needs to like list them all here.
I don't even remember what you said this week is.
Let me find it here. Oh, this is a great one. People who do not throw their trash away. No matter how big or small the trash is, you are a fuck stick. Period.
Yeah,
I don't think there's much
number
explanation.
One, if you leave it outside, you're polluting the environment. If you leave it inside a business, well, that's just a fuck stick because then they have to pick up after you.
I don't understand it. It's like sometimes it's just a little wrapper.
Yeah.
And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt that they forgot it, but sometimes it's very like evident that someone just like opens up something and just leaves it on the counter and then they walk away. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I don't feel bad saying that because it's just dumb.
Yeah, a lot of the times in the Village Point parking lot when I come in the mornings, there'll be like trash. There'll be like fast food wrappers or cups or whatever. I'm like, yeah, did you just throw that out of your car? And you were like, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but
yeah. So
I'm not a fuck stick.
Yeah, if you don't throw away your trash, public, private, whatever, in someone else's car, like don't leave it in their car. Take it out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you in my car, even though Frida's a little bit messy, but still.
Yeah,
But if you don't pick up your trash, if you don't throw it away, you're a fuck stick. I'm going to readdress something from a few weeks ago, I think the inaugural fuck stick with parking. So the other day I'm leaving here on a Saturday, and you know these first 3 spots out there are real tight. So 1 and 3 were taken, 2 was open. I just see this minivan like trying to reverse very gingerly because it was super tight. The mom was like watching this. I didn't know who was driving the van. So then they reverse, 1, 3, 2 was open. 4 was also open. So then she comes around and parks in 4, where 3 and 5 are taken. So 4 is not much bigger. This girl takes like trying to really get it in there, finally parks and is on the line crooked as all hell. And it's probably like a 17-year-old girl gets out with her mom and another like older lady, aunt, whatever it is, and they just mosey all along to like paradise. It took so much out of me not to be like, that's how you're parenting your kid? That's good? Lady, that what you just had her do is okay, because if that car next to her reverses and clips you, it's because you let your daughter park like a fuck stick.
You should have said that. You should have called him out.
I wanted to so bad.
Village Point parking enforcement.
It was the end of a Saturday, but
we need to get you a badge.
I know.
We need to make you a badge that says Village Point Parking, unofficial Village Point Parking Enforcement.
No, it needs to say fuck stick enforcement.
Fuck
Stick parking enforcement.
Yeah.
So I can be like off the show Yellowstone, if anyone watches that great show, by the way, where they show like the livestock badge.
The livestock
I
badge,
can
and
show
they're like,
the
oh,
fuck
I'm
stick
an
parking.
officer of the law.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder what she would have said. Like, there was no denying it. I'd be like, hey, lady, is this acceptable how she just parked right there? Because it's fucking terrible.
You probably would have gotten in trouble, so good thing you kept your mouth shut.
I would never gotten in trouble. She just would have been like, who are you?
Yeah.
They had Iowa plates. Explains a lot.
Probably Potawatomi County.
Potawatomi's fun to
County.
say. Yes. And that's no shot at Iowa. Pet peeve of mine is when people are always like, oh, people where I drive are the worst. Guess what? People everywhere suck at driving. Doesn't matter what state you're in.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of fact. I'm on a heater right now.
I know you are.
So it happens when you almost shit your pants.
God.
And now what everyone tuned in for.
Yeah. Blowjobs.
BJ's. Reiterate. Is it Benji? Genji.
Kenji cannot watch this.
Pamela,
Although I don't think he gives a shit.
Or Cindy, stop watching if you're still watching.
Definitely Cindy, stop watching.
Blowjobs, blowjays, blowies.
There's two traits. So Dwight and I have had this conversation that we feel that blowjobs are overrated.
From a male perspective, I'll say it, overrated.
Well, there's two trains of thought. Is that one, you've never had a good blowjob, and you've never had the Gluck Gluck 9000, and then two is that they really are overrated. I think as a woman, like growing up as a kid, not as a kid, as like a teen and a young adult, I was always given the advice from older women of like, you always hear this, like when you fuck up, like give your husband a blowjob and it'll be fine, or if you want something, give him a BJ. And so I thought like, oh, that's what guys want. But like, I am personally fucking disgusted by blowjobs. Like, you want me to, this is gonna get explicit, put your dick that you pee out of, and we determined that Dwight doesn't wipe. So he pees, he shakes that thing out, and now you want me, that little guy out, you want me to put that in my mouth, take it out, and then make out with you.
Not a chance in hell. I don't want you to kiss. I don't, after my little guy's been in your mouth, I don't want you kissing me.
I mean, maybe blowjobs are separate and you just give a blowjob and then don't have sex. But what you've said is you just want sex and not, like, that's more enjoyable than a blowjob, which I also agree with, because when you're in love with someone, it's like we're in it together. Yeah. And it's like a loving thing rather than just like I'm demeaning myself and sucking your dick.
I'm going to say blowjobs are overrated, not saying they're terrible, but if you're putting them side by side, sexual intercourse or a blowjob, I'm taking sex 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm probably in the minority on this one, or I've never had good head.
So, like, you've never had a good blowjob.
I did a little research, just out of curiosity, a little Google machine searching, unpopular opinion, blowjobs overrated, and the two things I came across were, one, you've never had a good blowjob before, or two, people like enjoy them. This is strange to me. I guess it shouldn't be strange to me because a lot of guys are douchebags, but it's like a thing of dominance when you get a girl to give you head or anal, which we're not even going to get into. If you're able to get a girl to do either of those, it's like a force or a show of like dominance, and they're submitting to you. Yeah. And I don't.
No shock that Dwight's not that type of person.
Yeah.
I think that that's so true. We were talking about this also because I feel like every year there's like a scandal with some male politician, old white male politician. This is probably going to get me in trouble. Who has mistreated women. There was one that came out like last week about some New York governor who sexually abused multiple women, younger women who worked for him. And I do think it is that like they want power and they want to feel like they have power over us little women. And so it's like, get down on your knees and suck my dick. But like, there's no enjoyment out of that for me. And there's no enjoyment out of that. I mean, you get enjoyment out of it, but I feel like when you're in a loving relationship, or unless like your partner is having trouble getting ready, you would give them a blowjob. Luckily,
that's fair.
I make out with Dwight and we're good to go. So I don't have to go to those measures.
There's a reason that she doesn't kiss me very much at a cycle bar.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get myself excited.
Yeah, then you gotta go tuck the boner in the waistband trick to hide it.
Did we ever talked about that?
We had to have. We had to.
That's a pro tip for a guy.
I mean,
out
real
there.
quick, yeah. I mean, every guy knows that. It's the oldest trick in the book. If you get a boner, you flip that boner up and you tuck it in the waistband. If you don't know that, rookie. I can't wait to clip that one and use that as a post too.
I mean, that's some golden nugget of advice right there. Is when you get a boner in public, put it in your waistband.
I mean, that was that was. Go back and watch season 1. We're not going to tell all those old stories, but when I met Emily at the airport, I don't know how explicit we got in season 1, but she came out and we'd never kissed or anything at this point, and both of our hearts are fluttering, little butterflies in those tum-tums, and we made out, and then she still hadn't got her bag yet, so we made out, and of course, instantly I got rock hard, and she turns around to leave, and I'm standing outside like, this is my car, here's everyone at the airport. I just kind of turn around and like flip it up into my waistband, so that way I'm just like cool as a cucumber. All right, nothing to see here.
Oh shit. That's good times. Good times. Still, 3 years later, we still make out and you get a boner. So great. I don't have to give you blowjobs.
Something about I'd rather have my P in your V than my P in your mouth. Penis, that is.
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna master the Gluck Gluck. I'm gonna try it and see what you think, but I don't think it's gonna be enjoyable. You know, like it's just
Yeah, I'm sure. Again, I'm in the minority on this. I'm sure, and that's totally fine. My wife's super hot inside and out, and I got a nipple pass for the rest of my life, so it really doesn't matter to me if I get the BJs or not. So judge me all you want, but
I think people, I just remember so many times having conversations with like women in relationships, and they were always talking about like praising the blowjob and what it can get you in life. And I just am like, I don't get it.
Blowjobs.
Maybe we're in the minority.
Overrated.
We're
Fight
gonna
me.
make the ruling that
Don't
they
fight
are.
me. Don't fight me. Don't. I'm a little bitch.
Oh man. Is that all?
I think that's all.
That's what we got today?
We need a $6 sponsor for Epi10 is really the biggest thing coming out of this. That BJ's overrated. For some reason, last night before going to bed, I never can sleep, even after taking my melatonin, for those unaware.
We honestly need to make a dictionary of Dwight terminology, because there's so many words out there that you have created that...
You get it, you get it. For whatever reason, though, I'm sure I was going to go somewhere with this, but like PB&J, peanut butter and jelly,
Yeah.
if you move the and sign to the other side of the B and turn it into P and BJ, like pizza and BJ, that's where I was going with it. Don't know why, but...
I mean, in your ideal world, you're eating pizza while I give you a BJ.
That does not sound bad.
That would be your
doesn't
ideal night.
Yeah.
That.
The BJ is great. It's, again, I don't like... Kissing afterwards is just fucking weird. Like, and vice versa. If I was to go down on you, like, that's just weird that you're like, my lips touch your other lips and then they touch your mouth lips, like.
And I feel like when we're in a relationship, like, we want to please each other. And if it's a scenario where you're eating pizza and I give you a BJ and that's that, and we don't kiss afterwards, well, then I get absolutely nothing out of that other than I just had your dick in my mouth. And I pleased you and I feel great about it, but I got nothing in return. So now I have to go get my vibrator and please myself.
I'd probably give you a piece of pizza afterwards.
Well, thank you. So kind.
And they say chivalry's dead. Until Epi10, we're out of here. Swallow your water.
Peace out, Cub
Peace
Scouts.
out, Cub Scouts.